Hello everyone and welcome to Quick League of Legends Champion Guides. Today we're going to be going over the champion Malzahar. Malzahar is a mid lane mage that has a difficulty rating of moderate. Malzahar's passive is a spell shield, meaning that it will block the effects of a single spell or ability used against him. Once popped, the ability goes on cooldown for a little bit. Next up is his Q ability. This ability damages enemies in a line wherever he drops it, damaging and silencing his enemies. Silencing an enemy means that they can't use any of their spells or abilities for a couple of seconds. Next, we're going to jump over to his E ability before covering his W. Malzahar's E ability is a damage over time ability that slowly burns at the target's HP. If the enemy should die while his E is still active, then the ability jumps to a nearby enemy, resetting the timer. Up next is his W. Malzahar will spawn voidlings for a short time that move on their own, attacking the nearest enemy. They will prioritize a target that's marked with his E ability first. Malzahar's last ability is his ultimate, arguably one of the strongest in the game. When he casts his ultimate, the targeted enemy champion is locked in place for several seconds, taking damage over time. The idea behind Malzahar's combo is that he Q, E's, W's, then ults an enemy for doing 3 separate damage over time effects while the enemy is silenced. Before we hop into an example game, here's the typical rune page for Malzahar. These runes are designed to maximize his damage and increase his mana pool in a game. In a typical game, Malzahar is very weak early and relies heavily on items to take control of the game. What this means for you is to focus on killing the minions instead of the enemy laner until you hit an item or two. Malzahar's E-W combo makes farming relatively safe and easy. It's not always foolproof though. Malzahar's biggest weakness in lane is assassins. They can typically pop his spell shield and do a lot of damage before he can get to safety. His low mobility also makes him a prime target for jungle ganks. Ouch. The typical item build path that people go is Liandry's Torment, Rylai's Crystal Scepter, and Seraph's Embrace. This core build is focused on doing damage over time, slowing enemies, and increasing Malzahar's mana pool. Malzahar can make or break a team fight. Locking down the right enemy can turn the battle in your favor. Getting to the late game doesn't always mean a win though, but if you want a champion that's easy to control, can be a late game threat, then give Malzahar a try. I hope this guide was helpful. Go and get some wins with these little tips and tricks.